Convos Season 2. This is Episode 8, coming to you on the heels of an absolute drubbing. The Bills beat 30-13 by the Miami Dolphins. Just in the 2-7 Miami Dolphins, which burns that much more. Not only were they bad, but a divisional game in a week where the Patriots beat a good Tampa Bay team, and now we have the Patriots next week.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Or I'm sorry, I said yeah. Thank you. Beat the Buccaneers. Patriots beat the Buccaneers, and now we have the Buccaneers this coming week
with a healthy Godwin and Bucky Irving.
No, I thought they're both out.
No, they're both playing.
Okay.
I saw reports that they were playing.
I thought Bucky Irving was out.
Them, two outside linebackers, and somebody else. I don't remember who the fifth person was.
Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, Bucky Irving's been ruled out of the game on Sunday.
Right.
Gotcha. Well, as far as the Dolphins were concerned, Achane had a career day. Now, granted, some of those long runs that he made were we sold out on the run, and if you break through that initial level, you're gone. There's no one there. But when you sell out for the run, you got to stop the run. And no matter what Josh did, the only times that he was, it seemed like getting the ball out of his hand quick were those 3-yard throws. Other than that, he was scrambling. There was even a play in the third quarter where he reversed field like it was a college game, and then found the first down.
They clocked him at it was 14 seconds of scrambling.
Yeah, which is absolutely insane. I mean, I felt like he put the team on his back. Cook wasn't running well, and when he did have a couple bursts, he had fumbled. Allen fumbles on a QB sneak, tush push, that turns into a 16-yard run, and ball gets punched out. He throws a pick in the end zone where he thinks Knox is going to go one way. Knox settles, and he throws it right into the defender's chest. So just overall, a disappointing week by a long shot.
Yeah, I mean, that's 21 points right there. I mean, 2 of those fumbles are in the red zone and then a pick in the end zone. So even if you settle for 13 points, it's a tie game, right? So
yeah, well, then you're not selling out for Achane like you had to at the end to get third down stops. So just sad.
Not much to say about it. Ugly.
Yeah.
Nothing team he shouldn't lose to. Division. One more game back from New England, who's now got the best record in the NFL. So now looking great.
I was watching something, and the guy was saying that he asked Spencer Brown, like, what happened type of thing, like what the issue was. And Spencer Brown said that they've been playing nickel the whole year, meaning the Dolphins on D, and they came out in base.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like sitting there, I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess you're preparing all week for nickel, but you mean to tell me that you can't adjust to running the ball against the base defense?
Right.
It's just, I don't know. It just kind of blew my mind a little bit. And I also saw something where someone was talking about that Brady's gotten Josh so used to getting the ball out of his hands so quick that it's like which is great initially, but now he has it in his head that he has to get it out of his hands like within the 2 seconds, and he's not waiting for the routes to develop. Like in the intermediate routes, especially, like he's almost forgotten how to do that to some extent. So I don't know. It's something that maybe I'll be interested to kind of see how it goes this upcoming week if we start seeing more intermediate throws rather than those like all the 2 seconds out of his hand type of thing on the screens. Which, I mean, there's a time and a place for those, but that can't be your whole offense.
Well, I'll agree to some of that, like the quick outs of his hand, get the ball out quick. But a lot of these times, and there's some clips from that Miami game where there's no effort on the receiver's behalf. Like
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're just jogging down the field. Like, okay, well, I'm the fourth read, so it doesn't really freaking matter. Or what, after they get past that 10 yards, they know, okay, I'm not getting the ball. So I don't know if it, like I said, it's a scheme thing. Are we not? Okay, 80% of the pass play design is for that 5-yard range, but you got to move. You got to move beyond that, regardless. I mean, you have Mac Hollins last year. Look what he's doing with New England now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, along the same lines. I mean, you let that guy walk and you keep Curtis Samuel for $24 million, and Hollins is making $8 million with incentives. So, I mean, the production there, not the same. I mean, especially when you got a guy like that. I don't know. Between Samuel, Hardman now, the signing of Hardman, and Elijah Moore, you have 3 guys that run a 4.2 40 or lower, or just around there.
Yeah.
A little bit higher, but anyways, under 4.5. There's all 3 of them are under 4.5. So you have speed. So what? You can't blame speed being the issue. But you're running jet sweeps, you're running 3-yard outs, you're not even running slants across the middle. So
yeah, I think you're right though, Mitch. I think it is a lot of scheming. I don't think Joe Brady has the right scheme for a team right now. I mean, like the receivers aren't going open. Like they're not running routes to be open. And you see it with other teams all over the league that they're able to do this. They could have similar wide receivers and they're doing fine. We just don't have anybody doing anything.
And look what the Jets did to New England yesterday. I mean, they have, I don't even know half the people on their team anymore. And Justin Fields is able to get the receivers the ball 15, 20 yards down the field. I mean, granted, there are a few drops in that game. The receiver shouldn't have dropped the ball, but they're wide open. I mean, you couldn't do that against New England. They weren't running the ball. So,
yeah, I wonder. You look at Diggs. So Diggs' last year was Brady's year as the OC, right? And it was
the last half of the year. Yeah,
the last half of the year, right? After Dorsey got fired, Diggs, and now granted they were forcing the ball too much at the beginning of that season, so it is what it is. But you see, Diggs' production gets cut 2/3 after Brady takes over. Granted, the Bills were winning more games, so you lose some of that in the wash. But with a guy of Diggs' quality not getting schemed open, because you looked at the video as well as I did back in those days, he was covered more often than not, or he was doubled more often than not. We were complaining that why isn't Josh getting the ball to anybody else because they got 2 on Diggs. When Dorsey, for all his faults, was in, they were getting one-on-one matchups with Diggs. And go look at a Josh Allen highlight clip from the last 6 years, like those compilations they have out there. 75% of the catches are to Diggs that he's open. Or, I mean, Josh will throw something through a window, through a keyhole. That's what he does, right? But I don't know that Brady has the capability to both. If he can, we know he can scheme the run game. He's proven that, right? And against a nickel or a base goose, from what you said earlier, my thought is then the passing game should be open. You got 3 linebackers out there. You know what I mean? You should be able to put Shakir in the slot and get him open against one of those guys,
especially in play action.
Yeah, especially in play action. You're not wrong. So great.
Or even
do
Kincaid, or even Kincaid, like in the first part of the, because I know he got hurt like in the second half, but like even Kincaid, like, but you put it pretty plainly at him in our text chain earlier, like the fact that our 3rd-year tight end, now granted Kincaid is a solid player, like is a make or break for our offense, it's just crazy, type of, it's just.
Yeah, I just don't know that he can scheme a game plan. He might be able to. We know he can scheme running plays, obviously, and he can scheme a running game plan. But can he scheme a full set? Because the games that we get into where Allen has to throw the ball 35 times a game, Allen's moving the ball down the field when he's calling his own plays. When he's getting guys to the line, they're running the 4-minute offense, and I'm sure he's looking at his thing, but he's making his calls at the line for the most part. And I'd love to see, even if we lose against Tampa, I'd love to see us score 30, where Josh throws for 275, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Yeah, if he has that stat line, then I feel actually better with that loss than I would if they, you know what I mean? If
didn't
Cook
Josh
had 150
throw for over 300 against Miami?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean
He played from behind the entire game. Yeah.
But still, I mean, yeah, I totally agree with you. But a convincing 275 where you're throwing it for 10, 15 yards at a time, not quick outs and letting Shakir run for 10, 12, 15 yards.
Yeah,
or
like throwing the ball down the field like he used to.
17 receiver screens.
But who are you throwing down the field, though?
Something is Benford out this Sunday?
Yeah, no, looks like it looks like he's playing. He was limited in practice, or he was a full participant in practice today.
I mean, you got to double, obviously, Ibuka. You got to double Ibuka this upcoming game.
Well, and I think if Cam Lewis and Taron Johnson both, I mean, isn't Cam filling in for Taron Johnson?
He did this past week,
yeah, and he's been playing well, surprisingly. Like I think he's been doing good. But go ahead, Gus. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just gonna say, and then you got the only other person you really have to worry about outside of the run game in the pass game is Cade Otton. Like that, and he's exploded recently, like the last couple weeks. So, outside of that, like you can lock those two guys down or scheme to just try to like take away those guys and just focus on the run. I mean, should be okay. But
I will say we've done well against tight ends this year. Normally there are. I've only heard Noah Gray's name against the Bills, it seems, from Kansas City. Mike Gesicki used to save all of his receptions against us. Obviously, Gronkowski not made his career because he's a freak of nature. But Gronk was good for 100 and a TD against us every week back in the day. Even when the tail end of the career when he played against, while Josh was on the team. But Alex, to your point, who is he throwing to down the field? Good fucking question. Because who's getting down the field from the throw to? Right? Samuel, Shavers certainly aren't. It's not Knox or Hawes aren't even, you shouldn't even be thinking of them as a first or a second option. That leaves Shakir. Palmer's been hurt half the season so far. If he's healthy, he's good. We've seen it, but he hasn't stayed healthy. Two individual injuries, separate injuries.
Yeah. The shitty part is the second one wasn't even his fault. He got rolled up on. Which
rolled
sucks.
on. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I'm not saying the guys made glass. I'm just saying
right.
Yeah. That how can you can't count on him.
Yep.
That's same with Kincaid. Kincaid, he got his leg trapped when he was blocking, and that's how he gets his hamstring. He initially tried playing with it another play, and then was too much when he was running a route, so we had to stop.
Well, and I think that's what kind of frustrates me more so because of Elijah Moore, the signing there. I really thought that was a good signing. I thought he was going to have he's had more production in Cleveland with 7 different quarterbacks than he has with Josh Allen. And that's not Josh's fault.
My frustration with Moore is that I feel like he comes out on the field just for the jet sweeps, and they don't work because it's the only time he's out. It's generally the only time he's out on the field. Yeah. So they know what's coming every time.
There was I'm surprised they don't use him like McKenzie, like we used McKenzie, which was tons of drags, lots of crossing routes, short stuff. Maybe get a double move in there every once in a while.
Where he was along the sidelines, where Josh threw it to whoever the closer receiver was, but Moore was 5 yards, 10 yards past him, open for the first down. The next closest guy was the safety, who was 10 yards behind him. So he had him wide open, but Josh chose the short route over that. And I saw that in a video the other day. So I don't know. Like I said, is it scheme? Was Moore the third or fourth read on that play? But at that point, Josh is usually good about going to the sideline and making that throw 15, 20 yards. If he's worried about the turnover game, you're already past what you threw last year. So at this point, throw the damn ball.
Yeah. I don't know. It's Coleman.
Yeah. It's got to be a perfect ball for Coleman now. I thought he was going to be the guy that, jump and get the 50-50 balls, and he's not even doing any of that.
He's not jumping.
But they're forcing him into a spot that he never does. He does the same thing as Shakir. Mm-hmm. So we're expecting him to do something. They're setting him up for failure, and then it's all his fault. So
and that goes back to okay, is it a scheme problem for Coleman? Like, is he not being used right? Is he not given the right routes to run? I mean, a lot of his passes are sideline catches, back shoulder
all back
or
shoulder.
contested. Like, some of those passes shouldn't even be made in the first place. With the guy draped all over him, why are you trying to force the ball to Coleman when I don't think it's a good scheme fit? But.
Yeah, how about we get him a dig route or like a 15-yard in,
Throw him a skinny post.
or slant.
Yeah.
Or curl,
like something.
Name a route.
I mean,
it's not those two routes. Yeah, essentially. I don't. Steve Smith trashed him a few weeks ago. I'm sure you guys saw that. And then I watched the all 22 of the Dolphins game and the all 22 of maybe it was the Panthers game for Coleman, and he does get open here and there, right, where he's not even targeted, but it's more often than not it's like at like the 4 to 7 second mark, right? So the ball's either already going to be gone, because he's a third or fourth, or he's not even a read, or Josh is already scrambling or trying to climb
Under
the pocket,
pressure.
or trying to get outside. So then he's open, great, but you can't expect Josh. We're lucky, right, that we have him, because he'll make a throw across his body across the field sometimes. So you look at that and go, oh, Coleman's wide the fuck open. Why is he not throwing it? But then you think to yourself, can Josh see it? He's sprinting for his life. We have the quote best offensive line in football, or one of, but it's a product of Allen being impossible to sack for the most part. It has a lot less to do with the offensive line's pass blocking ability, in my opinion, and more of Josh's escapability. Now, run blocking, they do an excellent job, but I think their pass blocking.
They definitely struggled this year at pass blocking, like pass protection, especially against blitzes. I mean, we saw it in Atlanta. We saw it against Miami.
Most of it's on the
free
interior too. It's not the outsides.
It's the guards. And I mean, left Torrance is on the right side, right? Right guard.
Yeah, he got blown up twice last week.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. So I'm not really sure what the issue is, because I mean, Josh almost never got sacked last year. I remember watching games, sitting there, and I was like, I don't remember seeing him get sacked at all this year. And then I think he got sacked that game, but it was like one. And then they said the stat, like, this is his first sack in like 8 games or something. It's like, well, he doesn't ever get sacked.
Yeah,
because
he's getting the ball out of his hands so fast, and when he does hold on to it, he's a stat. I mean, he's the monster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's breaking a tackle and he's getting the ball downfield. Oh yeah, so looking at the Bucs going forward, Adam, I think you're frozen.
I can. I stuttered for a hot second there, but I'm good now. I think with the Bucs game. So I see Ridley's out, Mitch, on the thing.
Good.
And then their 2 starting linebackers and a defensive tackle are out right now. But I mean, they can make more guys out tomorrow. Their questionable list was pretty, a bunch of guys limited. So let's, we talked, Goose mentioned earlier, Kate Otten and the run game are kind of their strong points. If you can hold Ibuka to something manageable, 60 yards, 70 yards for the game. But I don't think they do. I got Tampa Bay winning 31-21.
I got Buffalo on a bounce back, 27-21.
Yeah, I'm going to take Buffalo on a bounce back, but only by a field goal, 30-27.
Mm-hmm.
I had the exact same score. So I guess I'll go 33-30. Buffalo bounce back, but I had the field goal too. Like, I kind of think it's going to be like back and forth, and then it's going to be an end of the game thing. Josh is going to get the ball and get them down.
Tampa Bay, for their record, I think they've won like 5 one-score games. Like, I think Baker brought them back 4 times in the first 5 weeks or something, in the first 6 weeks maybe. Just late touchdowns.
What's the weather going to be?
40 and overcast.
Yeah.
Supposed to be cold.
I don't think it's supposed to rain during the game.
I love the banter back and forth though between Josh and Baker though.
Baker.
Better wear 2 gloves. Oh. He's the guy that wears 2 gloves while golfing. So leave that there.
I think Josh got along well, or that whole draft class from a quarterback perspective, minus Rosen maybe, got along pretty well. You know, Darnold and Josh golf together all the time. Baker's golfed with him in tournaments I've seen. He says that him and Lamar chat in the offseason. Lamar says during the season he doesn't talk to any of those guys. But yeah. I can't imagine him as much of a conversationalist anyways.
Yeah.
So, all right, so you got 3 guys on the Buffalo Bills, 1 guy on the Bucks.
So why wearing the Floridian Hawaiian shirt there? Because you were going Bucks tonight?
Yeah, I ran around Jersey. I'm swapping the tourist shirts.
Yeah, until we get back on a winning streak, I'm not wearing another football item or Bills item.
There you go. All right, well, let's pick some games here. We got the Commanders at the Dolphins. I am going to take the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Perfect. We picked Bucks and Bills, so let's go over to Panthers at the Falcons. I'm going to go Panthers.
I'm going Falcons.
I'm going to go Falcons. The Panthers kicked the crap out of them early in the year, 30-0. So I think it's going to be a revenge game for the Falcons. So
gotcha.
Drake London's going to have a huge game.
Packers at Giants. And you know how it goes. Teams that lose their head coaches tend to win games.
Especially with
Jameis.
Yeah, at the helm.
Jameis.
I'm taking the Packers.
I'm still going Packers. I bet you though it's going to be a lot closer than it should be though.
I'm going to take the Giants.
Jameis
I didn't like the Packers
350 yards.
Packers are way too inconsistent for me. I don't like it at all. For my Super Bowl pick. So I'm going to go with the Giants too.
Jameis has thrown 3 picks.
Oh yeah, I love his speeches. He's just so much fun to listen to.
I think
we love the city.
I think Jordan Love throws 4.
He could.
Jameis throws 3. He didn't throw 4.
He could. Chargers at Jags. I'm going to take the Chargers. The Jags played so weird last week.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers too.
I'll take the Jags.
Okay. Bengals at Steelers. I'm gonna take the Steelers at home.
I'm gonna go Bengals.
Steelers are a weird one. I expected Mac.
I don't think they're a good team. I think the Steelers win this game. I still don't think they're a very good team though, and they're not going to make the playoffs, and they won't win the division. Baltimore is going to win the division very handily, and they might even take second if Joe Burrow comes back. So I'll take the Steelers in this game. So
yeah, it's just so weird. Like you'd expect DK to get the ball more and have good games, and I mean even last week he struggled quite a bit getting the ball to DK. I'm going to go with the Bengals.
Okay. I don't know if I read somewhere that it might be the 2 oldest quarterbacks playing each other since like the 60s or something like that.
Oh.
I could be wrong, but I thought that's something I saw on Twitter, which means it's true.
Doesn't surprise me.
Texans at Titans. I'm going to go with the Texans.
Texans.
Yeah.
Perfect. Bears at Vikings. I'm going to take the Bears over the alter ego himself, number 9.
I'm going with 9.
Oh yeah.
I don't like him at all, but I just think the Bears are just so full of shit. So
I'm going to go with the Vikings as well.
I will go with the Bears.
Niners at Cardinals. I'm going to go with the Niners.
Niners.
The Jacoby Brissett led Cardinals.
The talk is Kyler Murray's might be going to end up being a Dolphin next year.
Yeah, I heard that too.
He played at Oklahoma, right?
He did.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
So
Did you
Niners,
pick the
I
Niners?
think everybody, right? Yeah, Niners.
Okay. Seahawks at Rams. That should be a good game. I'm going to take the Rams.
I'm also taking the Rams. I think they're a little too much for Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Rams as well.
Given that it's in or at the Rams, I'm going to take the Rams. If this was in Seattle, I would take Seattle.
I think Seattle's missing their top corner too. Well, he's out this week.
Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Chiefs at Broncos. I'm taking Denver at home.
I think this is going to be a referee game. I'm going to take the Chiefs. I'm going to take the refs.
As much as I'd like the Broncos to win, I'm going to side with Mitch on this. I think it's going to go the Chiefs' way.
I think the Broncos block a field goal at the end of the game to win. Broncos.
I just think that this game means too much for Kansas City for the refs not to be involved in one way or another. And
a lot of pass interference calls coming.
This is a big game in that division. I mean, if the Chiefs lose, they're 5-5.
And they're good chance they're not even top 2 in the division. So
yeah, they lose this game, they're going to have to fight like hell to get a wild card spot.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see them miss their 4th Super Bowl in a row, take the Bills off the mantle of the only team to ever do that streak. And they did it with Mahomes healthy, potentially.
Yeah.
So
and if you think that if Baltimore can't make it or Cincinnati can't make it in and the Chiefs can't make it in, I mean, it pretty much gives us a wild card.
This year it's the Colts. It's Indy. It's Houston's making a late charge now for whatever reason.
And they have the best defense in the NFL right now too. And
the Patriots are top 3.
And Indy's defense only got better, and Indy's run game is insane. You know,
the only thing we have going for us is Josh and James.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's our notoriety right now, which is, I mean, it's great to have a literal MVP, obviously, but like Jonathan Taylor, but Dimes is doing nasty things up there, and so is the defense in Indy.
He's come down a little bit, like a tier. Danny Dimes, he's come down a little bit, back to earth.
But because
he's come back to earth.
Well, that's it.
Bit,
yeah. But Taylor's been a fucking monster.
Yeah. You can't get the stats if your running back scoring a touchdown every drive or every other drive.
It's good. I have him in my other fantasy league. 59.5 points.
He scored 3 touchdowns and 250 yards.
59.5 points last week.
It's crazy.
Yeah, brutal.
I'm glad I wasn't playing him.
Let's swing over to Ravens Browns. I got the Ravens.
Ravens,
handedly.
The line's not that big on that. What, 6.5, 7.5?
6.5. I saw.
Yeah.
It's because Zach Cleveland, and Cleveland's weird. They play those AFC North games all weird.
They end up being pretty close.
More so than any. I feel like them and the NFC West are like the 2 weirdest divisions in football. That they all play each other so tight, even when the bad teams are bad. But Lions at Eagles for Sunday Night Football. I'm going to take the Lions.
I'm going to go the Eagles.
I'm going to take the Lions.
Yeah, I'll go with the Lions. More so because it's wishful thinking. I would really like to see Philly lose.
I bet you finally see a tush-push offsides call against the Eagles this week after the one
that was going to happen last week,
which was brutal.
Like 12, but it gets called on Green Bay. Like it blows my mind.
It's what we think about the tush-push that getting outlawed at the end of the year.
I think so.
I think honestly, the league told the officiating, hey, miss every single call, like, false start call on this, because then that's the way that we're going to be able to get rid of it.
Maybe.
I mean, the way Philly uses it just ruins it. for the league, really. And
Mhm.
what was it, a
It's
couple
just-
games ago where they ran it like 4 times in a row?
Yeah, they ran it 4
Yep.
down.
Yeah,
First and
like
goal from the 5, they ran it 4 times.
it's just bullshit.
I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, the officials can't officiate it properly at all. I mean, we saw it, a bunch of times. When they're down in the red zone, like down in the goal line, they jumped off sides. False started a bunch of times, and then the Giants game, Kayvon
They ran it
Thibodeau
4
rips
times.
out the ball out of his hands, and they said that it was blown dead, but you can literally hear that there's no whistle.
Right.
So it's like you can't officiate it properly.
Yeah, and
You
you're
know,
not
it's
going to
just-
call forward progress because they never have. So, like,
Mhm.
he's not on the ground. He's still moving his feet.
just interesting because it's actually like the play itself, like, is actually illegal in the play in like the rule book. Like you can't
push.
actually push a player to gain yards anymore.
Well, they
Like
do it on
it's
every run.
actually in the rule book, but they right, like you can't do like an assist, of that. So it's actually an illegal play. But
Yeah. All right, so 3 Lions and 1 Eagle. And then the last game of the week, Monday Night Football, Cowboys at Raiders. I don't know enough about either of these teams. I feel like they both suck. And because of that, I'm
They
going to take
do.
the Cowboys.
But with
Cowboys can score like crazy, but they can't stop anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, you got CD Lamb,
basically
Dak
Bengals
Prescott,
last year. That's basically what it is.
the running
Bengals
back.
last year.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm going to take the Cowboys too.
Yeah, Cowboys.
I think the Raiders are just so bad.
Gino. I'm gonna go Gino.
He's the worst. Yeah, I didn't realize that the Bills have the Texans on Thursday next week, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, short week.
I hate Thursday
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Is it? It's in Houston,
I don't
right?
like that. It's
Yeah.
in Houston.
Yeah.
Anybody
means-
want to go to Houston? No, I'm just
No.
No,
The
no
Bills
Stephon
need-
Diggs though. So
Yeah, well, the Bills need a really big. I mean, who do they have left? The Bills are 6-3, and they have the next couple weeks here. I'm just trying to go back on my phone.
So they've got
Yeah, thank you. It's not letting me pick it.
Cincinnati.
yeah.
So they got
Yeah.
Tampa,
You got
Houston,
Tampa, Houston, then they're on a bye. No, I'm sorry.
Buffalo
Then
had
they
the
got the Bengals. Then they have the Bengals.
Yeah, they had a bye already. So
Sorry.
Bill, Houston. So they got to go 2-1.
So
to
they
be
got
8-4.
Texans, Steelers, Bengals,
Oh, sorry. I forgot about
Patriots.
Steelers.
Browns, Eagles, and the last game in high mark because we're not getting the 1 seed, the Jets.
We could legitimately, if we can come out of this with 2 losses and finish 12-5, I think that'd be a huge win for the remainder of the season.
So it's kind of interesting with the Patriots because everyone's like basically crowning the Patriots as the AFC East champs because they're just like, oh, they don't have any winning, like outside of Buffalo, like they don't have any tough games left. It's like, they have the Ravens in Baltimore. They have 2 division games at the end of the year. They got the Jets and then the Dolphins. And then they also have the random Monday night game with the Giants at home. Right, the week before they're playing, well, the week before they go into a bye, and then they have then they have the Bills like that following Sunday, the 14th.
Yes.
So I don't necessarily think they like run the table here. I think they have like 3 losses at the end of their schedule.
I mean, you could say if Buffalo's going to do anything, they need to beat New England, obviously. So we'll call it perfect world scenarios. Not like the Bills go
And the
undefeated, but
Jets.
the Bills, the Ravens should both theoretically be losses.
Mhm.
But then you got to
And
hope.
then you figure one out of the other
You need
3
one
they're
more.
probably losing. For one out of the other 3 they're probably losing.
They're going to
whether
lose
it
to the
be
Eagles.
Jets, Dolphins, or Giants. Wait, we're not talking about the Bills. We're talking about the Patriots.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
well,
that's
and I
actually
think
tough.
no ill will on anybody, but I think Drake May needs to go in a concussion protocol for like 6 weeks.
Yeah, right. Fuck. The Bills they choked They choked the Atlanta game, which a lot of people preseason said they were going to lose anyways. But they choked the Atlanta game by just not showing up. But the big choke ends up being the Dolphins game.
The
Because if they
Falcons
got
are
to
such
where
a
they are
weird
in the
team.
season at
The
7 and
Falcons are
2,
such a weird.
yeah,
Falcons play up to their competition, but they played super down to their competition though too, because they actually played fairly well against New England last week, or not last week, the week before, or against Indy. Sorry, Indy.
Mm-hmm.
They played great against Indy, outside of Jonathan Taylor going crazy, but like they played fairly well.
I mean, you
and
can say
then
the same thing
New
about the
England-
Bills, though.
Yeah,
We're the same way.
Mhm.
We played out into our competition without Josh Allen and James Cook. We just had this conversation. Who
Yeah.
are we? We're no better than freaking Carolina, Atlanta, and that's sad.
Well,
Yeah,
we
you look
played
at our wins,
terrible
and they're
against-
not anything great.
Right. Yeah, we put up 30 points. We put up 30 points against a bunch of bums. The Saints?
Yeah.
Who fire sale? Like, blows my
And the
mind.
Saints was a close game too.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And we got
like that.
And you put up 30 against the Dolphins early in the year, right? So, I don't know.
Yeah, we I don't know what it was against New England, because the Dolphins were a trap game. They always were a trap game. Coming off the big emotional win, our Super Bowl against the Chiefs, and then this was going to be a letdown. If there was going to be a letdown, it was going to be that game. But that first Patriots game, we were so just out of sync on everything. There was penalties, tons of penalties. There was, granted, a lot of guys were hurt. Kincaid was out for that game.
Two
So
fumbles
was
and a pick.
Benford. So was Milano was
Milano.
still out. It was Bernard
was
hurt,
out.
or we're
Bernard
not.
was out too.
Yeah.
No, I think he got
Yeah, I
hurt
think
in
he
that
was
game.
out.
Yeah, so we were losing a bunch of guys. Didn't help us, but we played I felt like we played very timid. Like we respected their defense way too much to take a shot at any point.
Mm-hmm.
Or we had the long shot from Palmer, and then was that the game he got hurt in? Palmer against the
That was Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah,
No,
where they just came out and threw the long ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just feel like we played timid as shit against the Patriots, and if we're gonna do something next time, they gotta. I think we have the capability to do something better. If our defense is there, I don't think is it Hendrickson or Henderson?
Henderson.
I don't know.
He's
that
been
he
running like a madman too.
go crazy against us, but we'll see.
Yeah, because they used
know the injuries.
what's his name? He was injured the first time he played us.
Stevenson was there.
So they used Stevenson, and he fumbled once for him. But
And then their starter that was starting, I can't remember his name. He got hurt in the Bills game.
Mhm.
It wasn't Stevenson or Ramondre Stevenson. It was the other guy. I can't remember.
Yeah, I do remember him going out after like a couple first.
I can't remember what the name. Can't remember his name off the top of my head, but
Yeah.
I don't know. The
All right.
injuries are really killing us, though. I don't like. It's hard to come back from some of the people that are out.
Agreed. That's
Like-
what happened to Baltimore too. You looked at, I
Gibson.
said before, Mixon. There you go. Or yeah, you look at when the Baltimore was going through their run and Lamar was out and all that stuff. Looked at their injury report, it was an all pro list. Go look at ours over the
we don't
last
have
3
all
or 4
pros.
weeks. It's every good player. It's every player people know outside of the Buffalo market.
Mhm.
You know, Milano, Oliver, Benford, Palmer because he was a big acquisition.
Yeah. Rap, Bishop.
Rapp, yeah. He played a heck of a game again, Bishop.
Yeah.
good.
About damn time. I mean,
I
Two
think he's
games in
playing
a
a lot
row,
better now
but
that he's a
two-
player.
two games in
we
a
were
row.
talking about it last week, Mitch. He looks better playing with Poyer than he does with Rapp.
I think that's
So-
players' communication.
Yeah.
I mean, he's telling them where to be, what kind of coverage.
Just
Yeah.
seems, and I mentioned this last week, but we were talking about it last week. Like Rapp and Bishop are almost too much of the same safety. Like they play too similar, whereas Poyer and Bishop are a little different in their styles of playing. So they might complement each other a little bit better in playing versus, Rapp and Bishop are
Yeah,
basically
I think
the same. Basically the
I think
same
Bishop
play.
was on an island with playing with Rapp, trying to be, he had too many responsibilities to try to cover Rapp and his own, because Rapp is a wild card. You don't know what the hell he's doing. He's running downfield, trying to blitz from 10 yards, 15 yards out, running in after the play and hitting players and hurting your own teammates. And I mean,
he's a wrecking ball out there.
Yeah. Wild card.
So that's our football section for the most part. Buffalo Sabres, we'll touch on them really quick.
No, Jesus Christ.
They'd gone 5 unbeaten, right? They ended up being
team.
5-5-5 at one stretch.
Yeah.
The other night they're playing in Utah, and they go up 2-0, I think, lose 5-2.
Smoked.
And then last night they play the Avalanche, who, to be fair, best team in hockey right now. Avalanche are 11-1 and we're 11-1-3 or 11-1-4. And then 52 seconds into the game, gets scored on. So,
I mean, granted, there are a lot of injuries on the team. Most of the team is out.
And Darlene went to, his wife's had a heart transplant, and so you're missing your captain, and
so we're playing with nothing here. We're pretty much the Rochester Amherst out in the NHL.
But this goalie they brought on wasn't he supposed to be good?
Nobody they pick up is ever good. They always say they're going to be good, and then they shit the bed the minute that they get on ice.
I mean, you know what I'll say though, and that to that point, your goalie has to stand on your head against the best team in hockey, anyways.
Yeah. What about the 4 other games?
No, well, I was saying they scored, they gave up 5 and then they gave up 6. But when you're missing Darlene, Byram or Benson, I don't remember who's hurt. One of them's hurt. Is it B? But to Alex, you're putting who in front of him? No one's going to make a play for you. So the fact that they scored 3 against Avalanche is surprising, to be honest with you. So, but 6-3 loss. So I think they're 5-6 and 5 right now. 5-7 and 5.
They got some
5-8 and 5.
to do. They got to catch up here.
Yeah, they're the best.
Another year of no playoffs.
Another bottom of the conference ranking right now.
Oh yeah, they're terrible. But I texted Jake, my friend Jake, 2 weeks ago? They had beaten the Panthers early in the season. And I said, oh, the Sabres are looking strong right now. He goes, don't let them fool you. They're an 82-point team.
Yeah.
And if
that's true.
Season out the way it is, I think they get to like 81 right now.
I mean,
I bet you everybody on that team's going to leave after this season. You're going to see they're all going to jump ship and try to get out of there.
If you convert half of those overtime losses to wins, you're top 5 team.
Sure.
On the standings, which is crazy. Like, you're getting some points, but
that's exactly what they did last year, though.
5 more points gets them. They jump like 6 spots.
Yeah.
So it's so early though.
Let's
see any other.
Might as well talk about the Buffalo Bisons at this point.
Any other cool news for anybody besides before we get into the movie?
No,
I got nothing. No.
My hotel's getting renovated.
No.
Sweet.
We bought 2 cats.
No, you didn't really.
Yeah.
You gave in?
Yeah. I had said years ago, not until we take a full family vacation somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as we went to Disney a few months ago. Now, Felicia and I went to the SPCA yesterday. They'd been looking for like a month or so. And then we went yesterday. Found 2, a brother and a sister. Named them, the girl is Tiki and the boy is Kona. So that's what we settled on. So they're super, super, super playful, which is good. And they don't mind being held either. And they're just shy of 3 months old. So.
Oh, wow. They're little.
Yeah.
They just said the girls FaceTimed her this morning and they hung out with Fief and the girls watched the cats.
Yeah. They are very, they're still small, so you can kind of do what you want with them. But they don't run away. They don't, they play. They have the thumbs. So. Kind of creepy, but it's whatever. Yeah. So that's what's going on with us. And then I have my boss in town next week, so I'll be traveling Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but I should still be able to do the pod. either Tuesday
By the
night or
way,
Wednesday.
never actually asked you outside of the fact we were so stuck on the fact that you had to drive from Bentonville. We didn't even ask you how your dinner went.
Oh, yeah. So I had dinner with the chief people officer, the vice president of people operations, end to end, and then my boss's boss as well. She's from Scotland, this chief people officer, and she made homemade curry, and it was excellent. It was very good. Chicken was a little dry because it had been sitting in a pot for most of the day, I would assume, but because she cooked it that morning. But it was really good, and the conversation, it was interesting because you don't know what you're getting, both from our perspective, me and my coworker, or from their perspective. Like, are these people going to be able to hold a conversation? Frankly, you don't know who you're getting at these dinners.
Yeah.
But it was
going to be super awkward. Yeah.
right. It's either going to be cool or terrible. Like, there's not a lot it can go. So first few minutes was like, Kathleen was the woman I went with. And she won a silent auction for dinner with the chief people officer. She always donates. She wasn't able to do it the way she normally does, so she just threw $250 or whatever on this dinner, and she ended up winning it. And they told her to invite someone, so she brought me. End of the day, first few minutes were like, how did you get here? You know, how'd you end up bidding on this and all this stuff? And then it swung into like, because she mentioned this chief people officer that's like, this is one of her comfort foods. You know, she reminds her of home. I didn't realize this, but chicken tikka masala was created in Glasgow, Scotland, she said.
Yeah, it's not Indian.
I did not know that.
Well, it's curry flavors, which are,
Food's
but there's an Indian English influence, obviously colonization, all that kind of good shit. She said, yeah, it's not all haggis and black pudding up there. They do have some other stuff. She said there's a curry shop in every city, every town. So we got into comfort foods, and then actually this other woman was with us as well. She was like the guest speaker, this motivational, like teamwork type of speaker for, she's a freelance, does her own thing. But she said she fell in love with the Bills watching Hard Knocks because of Bills Mafia and the connection that the city has to the team. So then she started just rattling off stuff about the Bills. So her and I were talking about that. And the dinner itself, though, was really good. It was like an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. But at no point was it forced, which was great. You kind of saw everybody was kind of
true woman answer
and talking. What do you mean?
About the Bills. Like, I love the Bills.
Oh.
What do you like about the Bills? Because of Bills Mafia and Hard Knocks. Like,
yeah,
that's something my mother would say.
So everyone was kind of like stiff and at the start, kind of like feeling it out. And then 5 minutes in, everybody's sitting back in their chair and just talking and eating and stuff, which is cool. I almost choked to death about 26 seconds in, but hit it well, apparently, because no one knew. I was like chugging Perrier to get the bubbles to help me swallow the chicken.
While I was at my budget meeting this last week, I actually had to give somebody the Heimlich maneuver who was sitting next to me, and he had proceeded to puke all over my shoes, choking on steak. Yeah, so that was cool. That's the second person in my life that I've had to give Heimlich maneuver to that was choking on steak. He ended up having to go to the ER and get take something where that medicine that opens up your esophagus, and they had him jump up and down.
Alex has that in his nightstand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I'm waiting for a comment somewhere. But yeah, so that was interesting. And a dinner in front of 25 colleagues. This kid chokes on a piece of steak and ends up having to have the Heimlich done. So that's pretty interesting. I'm glad it went well. That's pretty cool. I mean, somebody that level, that caliber of your company, being such a large company and getting some face time, and and that just furthers you putting your name out there, which is nice.
And what's nice even more so is a couple of days ago I got a calendar invite from the vice president of HR. Essentially, there's a different title, but from him, the guy at the dinner, and we're gonna do a one-on-one this month, and then switch it to semi-monthly, which is cool. So that'll be a nice way to stay connected with the upper leaders there. And I'm sure all you guys had your finger on the pulse of Walmart today. CEO is resigning. He's leaving February 1st. He's retiring. 59 years old. Probably worth $250 million, something stupid.
So you're sliding into that?
Yeah. I got it.
I can write you a referral letter.
Actually, the guy who is taking over, his name's John Ferner. He's 51, which is like in the business world, very young to be a what's it called? CEO. But a couple weeks ago when I was in Bentonville, not this most recent trip, the class I was in got to have a one-on-one with him. So it was like 30 of us and him for an hour, and just there was no like prepared speech. He gave his background of where he started, where he is for the first 15 minutes. Then 45 minutes we were just asking questions about the business, where AI, where's things going, blah blah blah, whatever. So it was cool. And then a couple weeks later, you find out he's going to be the new CEO of Walmart. So that's pretty sick.
That's probably why they had him talk.
Well, I said to my boss today, because she was like, "Hey, didn't you have a meet and greet with John, like a couple weeks ago?" I go, "Yeah." I said, "I'm glad that I was able to boost his confidence enough that he thinks he's ready to take
to go for the role."
Anyways,
that's funny.
Yeah, so a lot going on. Boss is in town next week, so we can either do this. I'll throw a couple things in the chat. Days we can square it up. Wednesday's the only night that won't work for me, unfortunately. But
I can't do Thursday.
Well, the Bills game's Thursday. Yeah. So, casino. What a
it didn't fare well for me last time I went.
Yeah, fair. Actually, you broke even, didn't you?
Yeah, that's a loss in my eyes.
No, I've had some terrible nights that
I go for 3 hours and I break even. It's fucking.
I'd have taken a break even a lot of times I went. Alex picked casino, which, unbeknownst to me, was a marathon unto itself. It's like reading a Harry Potter book. I'll start us off. I think I knew parts of the movie, and I don't know if that's because of TikTok or if it's because I've watched it like on TBS or TNT or something over the year, AMC maybe, over the years. But long one, I split it in half. It's almost weird seeing these folks now. Like, you know them from the characters they played in those types of movies, the Pacinos, the De Niros. Like, in my head, they're that when I think of them. Or even like Meet the Fockers, De Niro, but not like sitting on the couch at the roast of Charlie Sheen De Niro, where he looks like he's melted candle wax, But seeing some of these older actors was pretty cool in their quote prime, Fan of the movie. It was pretty much what I remembered it being from the clips. Like, I think I might have gotten the good cliff notes from TikTok on it, but I'm going to say 7.8 for me. But good movie. I will most likely watch it again in the near future. So, Goose, I'll kick it to you.
I liked it as well. As I was watching, I'm like, I feel like I'm kind of watching Goodfellas, though, because it was basically like it was like a lesser version of Goodfellas, but still good. You know what I mean?
That remake of Goodfellas.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would say not quite 7.8, but I'll probably go with like
6-7.
No. I got yelled at for doing that the other day. So I'll do like 7.3. 7.3.
Gotcha. Mitch, you didn't get a chance to watch it, correct?
Yeah, Mitch.
I was not on last week's podcast, as you people may know, my followers.
So
I told you he didn't watch it, by the way, because he would have caught the last 2 minutes. Remember? Yeah. If you watch this all the way through, he'll catch the last 2 minutes where I said what I said.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
I don't want to go back and watch it. You didn't put it on TikTok, so
I didn't. No. Alex, why'd you hit us?
Yeah, so I haven't watched it in a while, but I saw, there's clips on TikTok, and it was actually on. I think Mitch had said that earlier, but like it was on TV, and I was like, I haven't seen it in a while, so maybe I can have everybody else watch it. Not realizing exactly how long it was when I asked you guys to watch it, but yeah, the same thing that Goose said. It really does remind you of Goodfellas, but it was not so much mob involved. But it was, I really enjoyed it. So I'll give it an 8.3.
Nice. That's a good score. Overall, we're sitting pretty. It's like, we're going to watch Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. 4 hours, 10 minutes. We're going to watch Ben-Hur. So anyways,
terrible movie.
who's our next pick?
I think Mitch is.
I don't think I picked this before, but I'm gonna say Ford versus Ferrari.
Okay.
That one?
I don't
I
think I've
think
ever seen that.
it's a top 5 movie for me. I think it's really good.
That's the Matt Damon.
Yeah,
Okay.
Christian Bale, Matt Damon.
Gotcha.
Really good movie.
Well, if Ip Man's top 5 for you too, I don't know what I'm going to do.
You gotta get over that. Gotta get over that. All right.
I can't get over it.
It's a
I picked the
fantastic
Bad
movie.
Footloose because I'd never seen it.
No,
Footloose is horrible, dude.
Yeah, well, I'd never seen it. I didn't know it was terrible.
It's a bottom 5 movie of my entire life.
no, the Ford versus Ferrari is good. I like that movie. I like that movie. I like
Perfect. Then we'll kick that off. Perfect. All right. Well, if you stuck around this long through this, you're a glutton for punishment. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Those.